You didn't even taste it yet, and you're already adding more salt.
Let's be honest, I always need just a little bit more red mint. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
Two Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday, we go live on Keto on the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time I feel like I need to sneeze, but I can't, you'll be alerted to it.
So we are home, and we are back on track.
Back in the saddle again.
Back on track for our tracking challenge.
Wow, that sounds like a Rachel sentence.
It does sound like a Rachel sentence. So what do I mean by that? Well, when we left for Salt Lake, you know, we were going to try to track as much as we can, and it proved to be a little bit more difficult than we kind of thought it was going to be for 2 reasons. One, a little bit more than the other. First of all, we just had a really hectic schedule.
Yeah.
We were constantly on the go, you know, getting up at 5 in the morning, and then getting home, and by the time we did everything, we were crashing by 10 o'clock. We didn't even turn the TV on for the entire 7 days we were gone.
It was good for us. Let's not be
That was really good
crazy.
for us. But number 2 was we didn't do a lot of like sitting down at home and eating, like where we can put everything into our tracking calculator. So we were doing like Brazilian steakhouses and Utah burgers. Don't forget Utah burgers.
They were so good.
We're not walking around with a scale, so we just really tried to keep it very keto, like not eating a whole bunch of garbage outside of that, and just having like meat and coffee and burgers and bacon and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I didn't want to excuse myself from tracking. Mm-hmm. So my goal on this past vacation of 7 days was to keep track of how many times I was eating. My goal was to never eat more than 3 times a day. And there were plenty of things that could have crept in. I mean, from the almonds that they give you on the plane.
Which we did not eat.
Well, I mean, I kept them.
Right.
With the plan of eating them alongside of my breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Right.
There was lots of beautiful keto treats to try. Like we would, you know, go someplace and there would be an opportunity to eat a 4th time or a 5th time. And I just decided, like, no, this is pretty basic for me to track and I can do this. So even if it meant, hey, I'm going to take a dessert and then bring it into the next day, take it home, put it in the refrigerator, have it tomorrow, that was the goal. And I'm very pleased to report that this morning I got on the scale and I'm actually a half a pound down than I was when I left. I thought that was incredible. Now, last night I felt a little bit wonky just because we had been traveling all day and I knew I didn't get all of the electrolytes in that I needed. So I purposely didn't get it on the scale until this morning.
Okay. So for me, I didn't have those results.
Okay.
According to the scale, I'm up 2.5 pounds, but I am pretty confident that that is travel and electrolytes, because here's the thing about Joe. Joe drinks electrolytes like he normally does, and Joe has to go to the bathroom a lot, especially Zip Fizz. So we got up in the morning yesterday, and we woke up at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, we packed everything up, or whatever we didn't pack up the night before, and we got ready. We said goodbye to Chris and Miriam and the kids, and I was like, I really want a Zip Fizz. I really need some Redmond Relight. But we had a 5-hour plane flight.
And I don't want to have to go on the plane.
And we weren't even sitting next to each other. We were sitting behind each other. So I had 2 people next to me. And so I knew that if I drank a Redmond, if I drank, you know, a bunch of, like, you know, Zip Fizz, I was going to have to go up. I was going to have to go to the bathroom several times during that flight. So I just chose not to have any of that. And for me, I know my body. If I skip a day with electrolytes, I immediately go up 2 or 3 pounds. And that's just my body trying to hang on to the electrolytes I have. And as we've talked about before, water chases salt. So if you're not having a lot of electrolytes, your body will retain water, which sounds opposite of what we've always been taught, right? We've always been taught eat a lot of salt and you're going to get a bunch of fluid retention. But for me, it's the complete opposite.
Well, I call it God math because my math is different, right? I mean, it's just a fact. So,
yes. So I'm up 2 pounds today, but I think that'll be gone by tomorrow.
I think you're going to have a whoosh because also TMI, but we don't tend to use the restroom as much when we are on vacation. I don't know what happens, but that's just what happens for us.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I think it's important for us to share what we're eating because it's going to be gone lickety split because for some reason I woke up super hungry this morning. But I do want to know, after you tell us what we're eating today, do you have any regrets from the trip?
So here's what we're eating. We each have 3 eggs. And then we have 1 tablespoon of the Mateos, which you didn't even use. So we have this on top.
I'm not done yet.
And then we have 3 sausages. And then we have, this is the single shot espresso from the Nespresso machine, but I ran it through twice each. So you get a little bit more, but it's one of the single pods. We don't buy the single ones anymore. When we do buy them or refill them, we only use the double shot ones or the Americanos, which are like 5 ounces.
So good.
Then we have 40 ounces of coffee split between the 2 of us with a half a package of apple pie keto chow.
Apple pie, which we discovered we really love.
It was open there. And then these are, I think they're Johnsonville sausages. I had bought them at BJ's a while back, and so I threw those in the air fryer. And then also I'm drinking a Redmond Relight to get going back on my electrolytes. We talked about in the vlog our takeaways and what the biggest thing that I'm going to implement, and I don't know if yours is the same. Again, we said in the other vlog, find 1 or 2 things and work on that.
Right.
What could you use for improvement? Find the 2 things that you learned from watching those, and then just 1 or 2 right now. And then when you master that, then move on to something else. So for me, as we said all throughout the conference, I always knew the importance of sleep, but I didn't know the importance of sleep. And it was just hammered home. Every single speaker, it was like they were speaking to me. You need more sleep. You need more sleep. You need more sleep. You need more sleep. So my 2 takeaways that I'm going to be focusing on for me is getting more sleep and eating earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm used to eating at like 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. So moving forward today on, our goal is in bed by 10:30, which is still late for most people, but that is 2 hours early for us.
That's very early for us.
And then also, all eating must be done by 7 p.m. And if you haven't eaten by 7 p.m., you just don't eat. And that's me. That's not you. That's not you. That is my goal, because one of the things we learned is, I always thought like an hour before you go to sleep is good. And they're like, now 3 hours, right? So those are my big takeaways. Regrets of the conference for me, and then you can answer this. I want to say my biggest regret would be way too much cheese.
Really?
The cheese was just prevalent. It was everywhere. When we went to the Delta thing, there was a spread of cheese, and I ate a bunch of it. But other than that, I really don't have any regrets. I wish we could have tracked a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But I ate when I was hungry. I didn't eat a bunch of keto treats, and they were available, but I didn't eat them. So for me, I would say I probably didn't drink enough electrolytes, and I ate way too much cheese.
I honestly have no regrets.
Oh, wow.
To be honest, I kind of went into it a little bit careful because I thought to myself, I better not eat a bunch of cheese. I kind of anticipated cheese.
Which you did keep warning me, and I ignored you.
Yeah, I did keep warning you. But I also didn't want to be preachy and like try to police your vacation, because that's just like jerky thing to do as a wife. So I mentioned it, but then left it right there. I did have cheese on like the Utah burgers we were eating. I did have a wedge when we were there yesterday in the Delta Sky Mall thing.
Right.
And then also in like the omelets.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried not to reach for cheese every single time it was available because I knew it wasn't going to make me feel good. It wasn't that I was going to like fall down a slippery slope and be craving it all the time, because I don't necessarily crave a bunch of cheese. But I knew to be careful with it, just because sometimes it gives me some like inflammation and it upsets my stomach a little bit now that I have kind of investigated it as like a single ingredient.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I don't want to feel wonky. I really want to enjoy the trip. So that's why I didn't reach for the cheese. I was super thankful that I kept it to 3 meals a day, and nobody acted weird. If someone offered me something, I was glad that I had a plan and I didn't link my friendship to saying no.
Right.
Right? I would say, thank you so much. No, thank you. And that was it. And I was really glad that I just walked away from that experience. Before, I thought I needed to take everything that was ever handed to me or offered to me, because it's impolite to do that,
right.
to not do that, right? That is not linked to me as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Me saying no thank you when someone offers me food is not the same thing as me saying no thank you when someone offers me a hug.
Right.
Right? Like, I can take a hug and leave a treat.
Right.
I can do that.
Yeah, and just the thing, there's nothing inherently wrong with cheese. For some people, there may be a problem with cheese.
Yeah.
There's nothing inherently wrong with it for me. It's not like it affects me as far as bloating or anything like that. But for me, cheese stops me up. It's not like, I see cheese and I eat cheese and now I'm going on a sugar binge kind of thing.
Right.
It's not like I'm craving it. But when I eat a lot of cheese, it stops me up, which then could affect me on a scale just because I haven't used the restroom. And when I'm on vacation, TMI, I'm already a little stopped up. And I think that's just like a nervousness, different place, you have a lot going on, lack of electrolytes, all of those things kind of aid to it. So then you add in the cheese and it's like, yeah, I feel a little bit wonky. But now that I'm back home, I can go back to having a little bit of cheese, but there's not just giant wedges.
Right.
The only other problem that you could have with cheese is if you're like me and you're sitting down and there's just wedges of it, like Swiss cheese and Gouda cheese, and you just eat it and eat it and eat it. It is a lot of fat. It is a lot of, if you're looking at calories, that we ask you not to look at calories, look at grams of fuel, which is fat and carbohydrates. And every ounce of cheese has a carb in it, at least a carb. Some of the flavored ones may even have more. So if I eat 10 ounces of cheese, which I can absolutely do, I just ate 10 carbs.
Well, thankfully, we don't have like charcuterie platters like all around us like you do when you're out and about, because I do think that cheese is something that really lends itself to a drive-by if you keep it in a cube or wedged form, because it's just so easily accessible. It looks bite-sized, and so I can have several bites of that a day. So I could see where it would be a problem, and I'm thankful we're back home, and then you can kind of like put a fence around your cheese consumption. Now, something for me moving forward that Miriam kind of inspired this, because I saw how very quickly she took a huge project, which was Easter dinner, and making Easter dinner lovely.
It was awesome.
And she turned it into a doable thing because she made a list. She made a list of all of the things that she needed to do to put on Easter dinner. I mean, down to put the tablecloths on, put the silverware out, put the dishes on the table, wash out the coffee cups, all of those sort of things. She had it as a list for everybody to take part of. And sort of being inspired by that, I am going to try to reduce my stress this week by making a list of the things that I need to do every day, because I think that some of my stress come from being overwhelmed of all of the projects that I need to do in a month, but I'm thinking about them in the course of a day. And I need to take bite-sized pieces out of the things that I need to do instead of taking that entire burden of the whole project every single 24 hours. Because I cannot get all of it done in 24 hours.
What you doing?
Trying to organize this tiny closet that is like way too tiny for Rachel, but it's what I got and I got to make good use of it. But I feel like I'm wasting a tremendous amount of time just finding things when I could find things easier if I would just organize it.
Look, we're vlogging in a closet. So I wanted to say before Anthony and I head out to cut grass, you ever have something that you don't realize that you miss until you actually get it back?
Yeah.
The Uller sleep system.
It was pretty nice.
Right? Because
my pillow.
7 days in Utah, and the mattress that we were on was super comfortable. But when you were used to that bed cooling you down, we didn't need to be cooled down in Utah, by the way, but warming you up in the morning to wake you up, I definitely think that warming feature and the cooling feature is going to help us get to sleep and wake up in more of a natural circadian rhythm. Okay, Anthony and I got our cutting done. Kids ministry is all set up for the new series. When I was on the plane yesterday, I edited the entire new series, created the drum rolls for the kids, which the drum rolls are really, really cool. So what we do is when the kids do a worship song, we try to get them to participate.
Right.
So we have 3 times where we do a drum roll. And what it is like when we teach them the main point, whatever the main point for the week is, we put it to motions so they remember it, because motions will always help you to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
And then also the songs. And then what happens is we divide the room into 2 different teams, and the team that is participating the most gets the winning drum roll.
We were so excited about the cruise going on during this series that we actually decided to do a cruise theme, and then I'm so sorry
we're not going on a cruise.
You're going to have to, for the next 8 weeks,
remind myself that we're not going
hyped up about a cruise that you don't get to go on, but that's okay. That's all right.
So we got all that done. We got the cutting done. I see that you have cleaned the house. It looks amazing.
I'm working on it.
You got most of our laundry unpacked.
Yes.
Everything's put away.
Thank you, Chris and Miriam, for letting us use your washer and dryer so I didn't have to come home with a week's worth of dirty laundry.
So here's the thing. Before we left, I bought this Waterpik water flosser because the dentist really wants me to use a Waterpik in addition to brushing my teeth and floss and everything else. And I bought this one. I'm going to tell you, I don't like it. This is like a cordless one, but you have to refill it like 4 times to do all of your teeth. So that's a pain in the neck. Great for traveling, not great for home. So I need to go return this. It's got to get dropped off at Whole Foods because I bought it on Amazon. And I need to go to Target to get the one that I do want, which is a countertop one. So do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just hang out at home and do more laundry?
Ooh, laundry. What you doing?
So I just tested my ketones and my glucose. And though we say all the time, don't chase numbers, this is where something like the Keto Mojo is a good thing for you. And that is, we're home from a trip. Where am I at? Or if you're doing a challenge, like, where am I at? I don't believe that you should chase your numbers and always try to have high ketones, unless, of course, you're doing it for, like, therapeutic reasons. Like,
obviously,
you're trying to have, higher ketones for brain function, things like that. But if you're trying to lose weight, higher ketones don't mean more weight loss. And taking things like exogenous ketones to have higher ketones could actually hurt you, because if you understand oxidative priority, your body's going to utilize ketones before it gets to your fat and even your carbohydrates. So if you give yourself a bunch of ketones, like in the form of exogenous ketones, or even taking a lot of MCT oil, it's got to go through those before it gets to the carbohydrates and then gets to the fat.
You're actually adding an obstacle.
Don't take exogenous ketones to try to lose weight, because the only way they will help you lose weight is to give you a little bit more energy for a very short amount of time so that you could exercise. But they're not going to help you lose weight. But I thought it was interesting, so I figured I already tested, but let's test you. But this was really exciting. So I came home, gone for 8 days. We didn't track anything, but we did stay keto, even though I ate a bunch of cheese. And my glucose at 2:30 in the afternoon was 85, which is right where I normally am. And my ketones are a 0.9.
Okay.
Which is very high for me.
I was going to say, that's really good for you.
My ketones generally run in like 0.4, 0.5, because we are so fat adapted. Our body is just used to use the fat for fuel. But I thought we would test you. So I have my Keto Mojo here. And this is the newer one. And what I like about this is, first of all, it actually does integrate with Chronometer, so all of your tracking will actually go into Chronometer, and this one actually does glucose too. Now, we didn't always use this one.
No.
We actually used to use another one, and we always said, go buy a cheap, like, glucose meter in Walmart, but they lowered the price of their strips. So I really, really like that.
Which is kind of nice.
Also, and I told her, they were at Keto Salt Lake. The biggest improvement for me, what made me really like them.
Individually packaged.
Individually wrapped.
Strips.
For two reasons. Number one, you're not touching them all the time. And number two, again, humidity in Florida, that could affect it. So you open them up and now everything's getting in there. But let's go ahead and we'll start off with your glucose. Oh, I get to prick you? Well, you got to get some of that blood up.
I was figuring you would.
Oh.
You have to have the full service, right?
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
We're just going to use the first drop, even though a lot of times I don't. While that's counting down, I'm going to get more blood out for you, so we don't have to prick you again.
Okay.
So your glucose is 71. Now,
Wow.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30, and we haven't eaten anything since breakfast, so that's really, really good.
Had some carbonated water.
You had carbonated water. How are you doing with your electrolytes?
Good. I got some in this morning. It's probably time for some more, but every time I'm drinking the carbonated water, I've also got the daily minerals in it.
Okay, you can go ahead and take care of that. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your ketones are at a 1. So
1.0.
71 on your glucose, 1.0 on your ketones. So guess what? We came home still in ketosis, or still creating ketones. I will take that. So you said you actually want to stay and do laundry. That's what you want to do. You don't want to go to Target with me.
Well, because the way that I clean things is I tear up the whole house to put it away right.
I know, you were putting stuff away this morning and then you're cleaning your closet. I'm
yes.
like, this doesn't make sense, but it's how Rachel functions.
Well, I had 7 days worth of clothing out of my closet, so it was the perfect time for me to go through my shoes and all of that fall draw.
I do want to say before I leave, we're going to have to, at least for me, until Monday, because I don't see the dentist again until Monday.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back to like softer foods, probably like eggs. I want to make some of our pudding, the egg pudding, with the peanut butter.
Oh, yes.
Maybe we can do like peanut butter. When we were supposed to do this when we were in Utah.
Why are we needing to do this?
And we forgot. So, well, I was thinking about doing a layer, do like half peanut butter and then half banana as like a pudding. And
it sounds delicious, but I'm thinking that you're going to say there's a dental issue.
Well, there is.
Behind it.
We got through all of Keto Salt Lake. We went out we ate steak and brisket and everything at Keto Salt Lake, Utah. And then we went out twice to the Brazilian steakhouse.
Seemed like you were doing all right.
The tooth that she has to redo, I don't know if you can hear like the S's and stuff. The tooth that the permanent tooth that she has to take out and then put it back in and stuff, or get a new one made, it's very loose. So we got through Utah without it coming out.
Which is good. We'll take it.
But I can literally wiggle it. So I am really terrified that it's going to come out between now and Monday. So I can't really do a bunch of steak and stuff. I wanted to. I even started defrosting a roast. But I'm going to do like ground beef and eggs, and we'll make the pudding. So you can have other stuff if you want, but that's what I'm going to do. But today we're going to do ground beef.
So Chris and Miriam and their amazing kitchen completely inspired us to get a new paper towel roll because...
Well, we didn't have one.
Well, what happens is we would lose so much paper towels because it was just like the whole thing would roll out.
That's why we didn't have one at all.
So this one, I don't know if you can hear the little... Here it's like click, 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 click. It makes you only take out what you want.
And it doesn't unroll unless you actually pull on it.
It's called the Perfect Tear. We actually got one for the kitchen and one for our RV because we have the same situation going on in Eleanor. We will, pull a paper towel and just the whole thing unravels.
The worst part in the RV is when you have the paper towel on there as we're driving down the road. It completely unravels, and wherever we go...
The length of the RV is how much paper towels we've lost.
So this thing was really cool, and it was pretty inexpensive, so I will leave the link down below for it.
This looks lovely.
We got some dinner.
What we got going on here?
It is 6 o'clock, so we are within our eating window.
I like
Scoot
it.
over. Okay, so here's what we got.
It was a photo finish for you.
We've got a pound of ground beef split between the two of us, so it's a half a pound apiece, 90-10 ground beef. It's probably closer to 93.7. This is from the cow that we bought. Again, I always like to say, I'm having more than I actually am, because if I say it's 93.7...
Right.
And then it turns out that it's 90-10, that means I'm eating more fat. And I'd rather always overestimate than underestimate.
These shrimpies are good.
Mixed in with that is a half a pound, so a quarter of a pound. Actually, it's not even that. It's 75 grams a piece of a ground pork sausage that we had gotten at Aldi. We'd bought it a while ago on clearance at 50% off. I just have them all in the freezer. It's literally just ground pork, so there was nothing added to it. Then I had gone to Whole Foods to return that water pick, and they had some fresh jumbo shrimp. They're probably not fresh. They're probably previously frozen, but they are wild caught.
And they are jumbo.
And they were on sale. So I got those to have like a much higher protein content, because there is roughly 4 ounces a piece. I have everything in Chronometer, so our entire meal will be down below. But it's about 33 grams of protein just for these few amount of shrimp. Then what I did is I kind of made a little bit of a cocktail sauce.
It is good.
I took some of this Primal Kitchen spicy ketchup.
Dang.
And then I added in 1 teaspoon of the Mateo's salsa. So that gives it a little bit of a taste. Inside of the ground beef and the ground pork, there is a half a serving of spicy taco keto chow.
It's just spicy
That
enough.
gives a little bit of flavor. And then a bunch of this organic seasoned salt. How much? No idea. I just put it in there to taste. Then inside of that, there is 60 grams of ricotta cheese.
Ricotta.
That ups the fat a little bit, so it's 30 grams a piece. And then there was a tablespoon of butter split between the two of us.
So we were going to be eating ricotta for the next couple days because we got it. It's on a timer.
I love ricotta cheese.
It's on a timer though now. You've opened it
By
now.
the way, if you're going to buy ricotta cheese, which ricotta cheese is really, really good. You can also use yogurt, but we don't have any yogurt. I've actually got a batch brewing back there. Always buy the full fat. Don't buy part skim ricotta. The difference is like for this one, a quarter of a cup, which goes a long way, is 4 total carbohydrates. If you buy the low fat or the part skim ricotta, it jumps up to 6 carbohydrates.
Yikes.
So again, it's like regular milk. The lower the fat, the higher amount of sugar that's in there. I also got you a present for breakfast.
You did? What? That's liverwurst.
I know, but it goes really good with cream cheese.
Ew.
So this is what we're going to eat, and depending on when we finish, we may have enough time. I have to put everything in the Chronometer to maybe split an ice cream. Well, I'm not in a hurry. Oh, by the way, also, we each have 1 serving, which, I'll tell you, because I weighed it out, is 30 grams of this La Mexicana Smile Salsa to kind of go across the top of the ground beef. Oh, and also inside of the ground beef, I don't know why. I think it comes from when we were in Salt Lake, we were eating a lot of broccoli.
We were.
There was broccoli for the speaker dinner. There was broccoli when we went out to eat at the Brazilian steakhouse. So I'm in a broccoli kick right now.
You're feeling broccoli.
But this is not mushy broccoli. This was just
broccoli.
lightly cooked. Lightly cooked in the microwave in like a steam bowl, just so it's still crunchy. And then I mix it in with the ground beef. So that is our dinner. High protein, moderate fat. I want to say we're almost double the amount of protein to fat in this.
The only thing I need now is a fork.
Oh, I got a fork for you. There you go.
Thank you.
We're going to eat. We got a package.
We did. Oh, there's a new one. Nootropic icing flavored keto brick.
That one sounds good. I hope it tastes like icing.
I hope so too. I don't know what to expect. I'm just excited.
So we will do a review video of that. We'll leave a link for it up here. These are coming out on Sunday the 24th at 12 noon Central Time. So the review video will be up for that. I have no idea what they taste like. I didn't even know they were coming. They just showed up in the mail.
Yeah.
And then we have to do a review video of that. And then tomorrow,
oh man,
here's your options for breakfast. You can have eggs and liverwurst, or eggs and Beyond Meat jerky.
I cannot believe that I'm actually going to say liverwurst over the Beyond Meat jerky.
So when we were in Utah, Miriam showed me this really cool thing for our wash machine. We have a front-loading washer. And the problem with front-loading washers is you don't want to keep the door closed when you're not using it because you get a lot of smells inside of it. And our washer is in the garage. So add a wash machine that's front closing in the garage in Florida humidity, you can really get a lot of like rank smells in there, and it makes all of your laundry smell. So she showed us this magnet thing that she actually puts on her washer, and it hooks onto the washing machine, and then it's supposed to hook onto the door. But our door has a plastic piece, so it doesn't really work. But it got me thinking, there's got to be another option for our washer, which is an LG washer. So I looked on Amazon, and I found this thing. And this thing is really, really cool. I'm going to leave a link for it down below. But let me show you how this works. Okay, this is our washer. And ignore the fact that the garage is dirty and there's sneakers everywhere. So this is our washer, and it's a front loader. And what you're supposed to be able to do is you're supposed to keep the door cracked open a little bit like this. This way you don't get all of those stank smells building up in there. And this is the piece that Miriam gave me. And what it is, it's a magnet. It just goes right there. And then what you're supposed to be able to do is close the door, and then the magnet would catch on the door and prop it open like this. The problem is, when you look at our door, this is all plastic. There's no metal here at all, and the magnet doesn't even attach to these screws. So I found this piece, and this piece is all silicone, so it's not going to scratch your washer or anything, and it's adjustable. So we're just going to put it like right here, and then what you do is you can just kind of move this like this, and then we close our door a little bit and allow it to hold it like that. Now, it will make it so the door can't swing open and the door can't close all the way. And now we don't have to worry about all those stink smells. So thank you, Miriam, because this is going to help us out tremendously. Now we won't have all the buildup of the smells inside of the washer, which means those smells won't go into our clothes.
Why is there like a cookie sale in the middle of your ice cream?
Because we're having some ice cream. We're 15 minutes past our deadline. But I'm going to go with it because we're going to go to bed early.
I'm actually impressed that we're only 15 minutes
Hey,
past.
listen, our bedtime is 10:30. 3 hours before bed, so we have until 7:30 to eat. So we're going to have some Keto Chow ice cream. So this is from when we did all of like the samples of the peanut butter and the grape. Mm-hmm. So you're eating peanut butter and jelly.
Strawberry though.
I was trying. There are grape ones, and it's hard to tell the difference of them in the freezer.
Oh, I'll figure it out.
One of them is just slightly more purple than the other one. So this is half strawberry Keto Chow and half of the peanut butter with 3 tablespoons of butter in it.
It makes a delicious ice cream.
That was good. And then inside of yours, I have 1 serving of this. This is the keto granola from Oh Hello Bakery.
Oh, hello.
We got this when we were in Salt Lake because they sell it at Keto Chow. They're a local bakery, but they do ship. And I just, right now with my teeth, I really can't eat it.
Yeah, you can. But I'm enjoying it. I'm sorry you can't.
This is really, really clean. Listen, it's more money than the stuff that we usually get at Costco. Mm-hmm. But number one, it's a small bakery, and we love to support small bakeries. It's $15 a bag. But it's better nutrition. So a serving size of this is 30 grams, which is what I put in there. And it's actually, that's a lot.
It is. Well, you figure... It's not like giant nuts. It's more on the seed side.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of things in here, but like, there's a big chunk in here. Let me have the scale over there, just to give you an idea of, let's see, zero that out. So this is 20 grams. So that's not even a full serving. So you get a decent amount in a serving. But a serving of this is 201 calories, 17.8 grams of fat, 6.7 grams of protein, but it's only 6 total carbohydrates with 3.4 grams of dietary fiber, which is just coming from the nuts and the seeds.
Yeah.
And there's only a little bit of sugar alcohol. It's 0.54 grams of sugar alcohol.
It's a splash.
So, and that's why this is probably my favorite thing that they sell. I'm actually going to order some more. I'll leave a link from down below. We are not affiliated, but again, small bakery, we love supporting small home companies. The ingredients in this are sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, coconut, cashews, almond, coconut oil, walnuts, pecans, erythritol, and then we have salt, stevia, deionized water, certified organic stevia, and 11% organic alcohol. That's the stevia itself. And then some natural vanilla flavoring.
It's delicious.
It makes it really good mix-in for ice cream and yogurt. We were eating it on our yogurt when we were at Chris's Miriam's house.
Oh, yeah.
Now, because I really can't eat that, these were being given away in like the grab bags or the goodie bags at Salt Lake. And so I happen to have one. And this is their candied maple cookie, pecan maple cookie. And so I just took probably about a third of the cookie and I put it in there. I'm going to let it soften up. I had them in the refrigerator.
Aww.
But one of these is 171 calories, 14 grams of fat, 14 total carbohydrates, 4.8 grams of fiber, of protein, and then it's 6 grams of dietary fiber and 6 grams of sugar alcohol. But again, really, really clean ingredients. They're not putting a bunch of like wonky fibers and that kind of stuff in there. We have some mail before we close this vlog out.
We got mail.
Okay. Hopefully we can open this stuff up. This one is from Nancy.
Thanks, Nancy.
Aww.
Yes, we have some bananas. We have some
That's
bananas.
good because we want to make the banana.
today.
We want to make the banana peanut butter pudding.
We sure do.
So that's good because we have a lot of eggs. Our children didn't eat eggs while we were gone, and we came home.
We're up to here.
I think that there is like 5 dozen eggs right now. So.
That does not upset me.
Oh, look at that pretty card. Thinking of you. Dear Joe and Rachel, I still enjoy watching you two on YouTube. You are so authentic. A pleasure to watch. My husband and I have also experienced some dental work, so I feel your pain.
Oh,
Joe,
wow.
You mentioned the banana keto chow is your favorite, so it is not mine, and Jim won't even try it, so enjoy this.
Wow.
I look forward to more videos. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Oh, my goodness, Nancy, the penmanship.
Yeah, I know, right?
Young lady, your
that.
penmanship is absolutely stunning. Wow, thank you so much.
That was really sweet. Thank you very much. And banana is one of my favorites, especially in the pudding. This one is from...
The Arzwagas, or Azugas.
And let's see.
Another person with beautiful penmanship. Look at that.
I saw this label and I was like, oh no, did somebody send us those confetti cannons?
Uh-oh.
But it's not. It's not.
Wow. Oh, from
look at that
Montana.
postcard. I love postcards.
Me too.
It's a Montana postcard. Just a small gift from 2 coffee lovers to 2 wonderful people. My husband
Serena.
picked these out. The Yellowstone cup for Joe, and I picked the Montana one for Rachel.
Wow.
Hope you enjoy the coffee made here in Montana. We'll see you in Salt Lake. Bless.
Wow.
Yeah, we had so much fun hanging out with
We
Serena.
did.
By the way, it's funny that, like, so...
It was awesome
I'm
seeing you.
assuming that when she... Oh, it's a big mug. Yes, we love big mugs. Oh, look at that one.
Wow. Juan and Serena, thank you so much.
We love big mugs.
We like big mugs and we cannot like... Wow.
Oh, I like this one.
Oh, that
This
is
gorgeous.
amazing. Feel that.
It's funny.
Wow.
I have never been to Yellowstone, and I really, really want to go to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would be a long drive with our RV, but I would love to go there. So we were talking with Dave Kemp from Nush, who is number one of the happiest guys you will ever meet.
Yes.
Like you look at him and you're immediately like, that can't be a real smile, but that's his real smile. He is always that happy.
He is amazing.
But he is an amazing wildlife photographer as a hobby, right? And so I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, I almost didn't come to Keto Salt Lake because this was the opening weekend for Yellowstone. And I was like, really? And
I'm glad he came.
You know, he was like, yeah, but I wanted to be here. I mean, it's in my backyard. And then on Sunday he said, or on Saturday he said, well, it's probably a good thing they ended up not opening up Yellowstone because there was a big storm. But he's like, you need to go there. And this is awesome because that is like one of my bucket list things is to go to Yellowstone.
So this is even more precious because we got to actually hang out with Serena and Juan when we were at the conference. I love getting to see you guys, and I'd be interested to find out, Serena, what are you doing with your nursing schedule? Because she brought up a really good
This is why I love Serena.
Do it one. Are you done?
Oh, there's a lot more.
We don't have to do them all now, though.
No.
But she brought up a really great point about sleep because she has, usually she works in the evenings. Mm-hmm. And so trying to prioritize sleep and really just work with that nursing schedule. So I'd be interested to find out, what did you do once you got back home?
Now, somebody did message us because we've been talking about sleep, and we talked about sleep, and you saw sleep a lot mentioned in the conference. Mm-hmm. And if you work nights, you can still do it properly. You're going to have to trick your mind a little bit because you're going to have to, mess with your rhythm a little bit, and that's going to be blackout curtains, right? And try to get the same amount of sleep and black out your room so that your body thinks, it's nighttime and that kind of stuff. But it is possible. The key is going to be really, you've got to get the sleep in. You got to, not eat prior to going to sleep.
Huckleberry coffee?
So this is the coffee she
fun
says.
is that?
It says Montana Wild Huckleberry Coffee.
I'm your Huckleberry.
It's from Huckleberry Haven Incorporated in Kalispell, Montana.
How cool.
I'll leave a link from down below. It says huckleberryhaven.com. Brew instructions: pour the contents of this bag into a filter, add 48 ounces of water to make one delicious pot of coffee. So in other words, 1 cup of Rachel's coffee. Mm-hmm. And this is 100% Arabica coffee, natural and artificial huckleberry flavors.
Thank you so much,
make that
guys.
for breakfast tomorrow.
Appreciate you.
And
I miss you.
When we get off.
I miss you already.
We have one more. This is from Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Ice cream. Let's see. This is a big box.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
It's funny. I told Chris, thank you so much for changing the Keto Chow tape to paper tape instead of the plastic tape like this, which is what we use as well. But
this is what we use.
What happens is I do this with a pair of scissors. And if you've ever done that in a Keto Chow bag,
you
can accidentally slice open your bag. And I have done that.
Yeah.
So with the paper tape, I can actually
cut through it.
Cut through it. Just pull it. Ooh, this is heavy.
Kelly.
Is this?
Be careful.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Is that
wow.
Real?
Oh my
You gotta help me stand up.
goodness. Oh, Kelly. Oh my gracious.
Let's hold this up.
Wow.
You're gonna have to get down. Wow.
Oh my goodness, is this the coolest thing?
Wow.
Wow. This is absolutely gorgeous and going in my office.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Let's fold that up.
Oh my goodness. Kelly, that is the coolest thing ever. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Wow. So Kelly says, cows have a great tough skin. Wanted to send you a reminder to not let the mean, hurtful words sink in.
Wow.
Love, Kelly. Kelly, that was a really, really amazing thing to send. And I had already called dibs before I read the card. I just want to go on record with that, but I am going to treasure that. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Really appreciate that. Because some days it's a little tougher than others.
Well, listen.
We all face that,
Having
right?
a YouTube channel is tough. Yes, you have to have a tough skin. But you know what? You have to have a tough skin to eat this lifestyle.
Yeah, you do.
There are a lot of people. We have friends and families, and not just us, but you guys. Friends, family, coworkers, loved ones, physicians,
Yeah.
dietitians, lots of people in the media, corporations who cannot, as Dr. Barry talked about during Keto Salt Lake, they can't profit from this. So what do? What happens when Weight Watchers and, Kellogg's can't profit from us eating the proper human diet? They spend a lot of money to tell you that it's bad for you.
Yeah.
Right? So we have a lot of people. We all have to have a thick skin, but it's worth it.
Well,
right?
and it's a good reminder that, we've got each other.
That's right.
Which is really precious. That's not nothing.
Yep.
We have one another, and, getting a message like this or seeing everybody when we went to Keto Salt Lake, somebody that notices that you're having a tough time and sent some banana keto chow to just make it possible to stay keto, even when you're having a tough time. This means so much, and we hope that you know how much we love you and appreciate you for being a good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good place to end this vlog.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos that we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at our most recent video, which I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.